What's going on, everybody? My name is Zero, and welcome to my movie review on the latest and, in my own personal opinion, the greatest Superman movie that I have seen to date. Before we get into talking about James Gunn's take on Superman, on this, this character, this powerhouse of a character, I do want to say that just for the general movie experience that I had, we actually took a trip, and I say we because my family and we made a trip to go see this film in IMAX, in an IMAX theater. Now, once we did get to the IMAX theater, I mean, we show up, we're all wearing Superman shirts in one way, shape, or form. My wife even bought a overly sized Superman t-shirt that we had to cut up so that it can fit her properly. All my sisters were wearing Superman t-shirts. My dad lent me a Superman button-up with Superman rocking the mullet. My brother, he is the biggest Superman fan that I know, so I know he enjoyed this movie and even cried at certain moments in the movie, because there are moments where you just, it kind of brings you to tears, and I was even in there finding, why am I getting emotional? But okay, look, that's already talking about the movie. I'm talking about the experience right now, guys. So we went to go see this film in IMAX, and yes, the screen is fantastic. The visuals were great. The sounds were like, right in your ears as they should be. It was perfect. It was all good except for those seats. Guys, why are the seats at maybe this specific IMAX theater, and I'm gonna call you out, San Antonio, why are your seats so sucky? I mean, come on. It's like I could take a regular pull-up chair, foldable chair, and sit there and I'd be a little more comfortable. I mean, these seats were so packed. They were so crammed and tight. Like, guys, forgive me for saying this, but if you're a little bit on the, the heavier side, you're gonna have a hard time sitting down in these seats. I mean, you gotta update them. And then even when we were watching the film and they were showing commercials for, getting a movie experience in IMAX theaters, those IMAX theaters that they showed, they had reclinable, leather seats. It's like, what the heck? Come on. But anyways, regardless of that, the seats did not ruin the experience that we had for watching James Gunn's Superman in this IMAX theater. As soon as the movie started, and with that beautiful score that they created, and even taking inspiration, a lot of heavy inspiration from the original score used in the Christopher Reeves movies, I don't know, I felt so emotional. I just felt like tears welting up in my eyes. Nothing came out. No tears flowed down my cheeks. But I don't know why. I started getting emotional and happy that I'm watching a Superman movie. I'm watching a Superman movie with bright colors, with cheer, with hope. It was amazing. Just by this, I'm pretty sure you can guess what my review for this movie is going to be and how it's going to turn out. But I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't understand at all the hate that this movie is getting, even for people that aren't even going to give this one a chance because they're like hardcore Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill fans. It's okay to have, your favorite Superman. It's okay to love another movie, but give this one a chance. Don't bash it. This is gonna be the new Superman for a whole new generation. James Gunn did fantastic with this Superman movie. David Cornsweet did a great job portraying not only Clark Kent, but most importantly Superman. And funny enough, you don't get a lot of Clark Kent in this movie. Maybe there's 1-2 scenes in the movie where you get actual Clark Kent interactions with the Daily Planet, and the other rest of the times it's Clark interacting with Lois, where he's more free to be himself. And even Lois Lane, with the actress playing Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, I was not familiar with any of her work before this movie, so I didn't know if she was genuinely going to do a good job portraying the, the hard-headed, go-get-em Lois Lane attitude. But no, she does it. She does fantastic in this role. Both her and David Cornsweet have great chemistry on screen. Each of them did a great job portraying their characters as Lois and as Clark/Superman, and they especially did a fantastic job carrying the characters alone without even interacting with each other, but just throughout the film. It was awesome seeing these characters brought to life in this way. Now, this review may be a little all over the place. I did give it a day to process this entire film, so that I'm not just, giving you this review off of the hype that I was feeling right after watching the film. But carrying over into the next day, I still, I'm thinking about this movie so much. I already want to go watch it again. The action in this movie is fantastic. I mean, this Superman is, it's stated as soon as you go in to watch this movie, he's been around for a while. This first introduction into this DC universe that James Gunn is going to be going forth with. This movie doesn't start off as an origin story. No. Things are already established. This universe has been going on for a while. The people of Metropolis, the people of this world are already kind of used to these random aliens showing up, these sparks of fights going on in their town. So they're going to be reacting in ways that you don't usually expect people to be reacting in, but it's because things are already established. They already have heroes in here. They already have other heroes in Superman. As you see in the trailers, they have Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, they have Mr. Terrific, they have Hawk Girl. So there's already a group of superheroes in this world that have been taking care of business for quite a while now. And for a lot of people out there that say that this Superman looks weak, all I see in the trailers is Superman getting beaten down, being whiny, any of all these things. Guys, that's how the trailer is cut together. And yes, maybe it's not the best way of marketing a trailer to be to have Superman coming across like that, but go watch the film for yourselves. It's okay to listen to reviews. Again, I did it. I listened to the good, the bad, the in-between, but I was still super excited to go watch this movie, and it blew my expectations out of the water. So go watch it for yourselves. Give this movie a chance, and I'm sure you will find yourself to be enjoying it just as much as I did. Now, there is something that I did hear from another reviewer, that going into this movie as just a general Superman fan, not knowing a lot of the comics, maybe not, seeing any of the animated series on TV, you're gonna be kind of lost, because it is a fast-paced movie. Things are constantly happening. It's one thing right after another. That's where people may start to get a little put off. But if you're used to that, if you're looking forward to a superhero movie that is just action-packed, story after story, kind of like if you're reading a comic book, every time you flip the page, something is going on. You go to the next one, trouble's happening in a different area. You go to the next page, we're focusing on some other characters that are also going to be influential to this story. I feel like that's what you get with this Superman movie. It is literally a comic book movie brought to life. And that's not just saying how, we have all these Marvel movies and then people can say, oh man, they're taking so much stuff straight from the comics. They're being very comic accurate. No, this movie is a comic book movie. I mean, you could take this movie and turn it into a comic book, and if you read the comic book first, you'd think it had been a comic book the whole time. Like, it really is a comic book brought to life. Now, again, things are scattered. I don't know how to really, give my thoughts to you without jumping all over the place. But Superman, he was great. The highlight of the movie. It is his movie. It is his showing for this brand new universe, his first introduction. There was something I touched at before about how these trailers showed him getting beat down, whiny, whatever, all this stuff. But again, watch it for yourself. You'll see all the context. Superman getting beat down, something that, it's not even really a spoiler, is that he has been winning all of this time ever since his introduction into this universe, but we're being brought in to a point where he's losing for the first time ever as Superman. But that doesn't stray him away from still being hopeful, from still going out there and getting the job done. Never, ever does he back down or just sit down to let things happen. The only time that he will do that, and it even shows in this movie, is when he knows the situation is being handled, is when he knows he has help out there so that he can go take care of something else. But again, this is a Superman that is facing this level of a threat to him, especially to do this much damage to him for the first time in his life. It's stated clear, plain as day in the first opening parts of the movie that this is the first time Superman has ever lost. This is the first time he's facing something like this, and all of these things that he is facing is because of Lex Luthor and Nicholas Hoult. I think he did a fantastic job, and yeah, it's a lot of fantastics out there. Kind of giving you a heads up to the next movie coming out, the Fantastic Four. But anyways, he did a great, fantastic job in portraying Lex Luthor. I mean, this guy just has utter hate for Superman. He hates what he stands for. He hates what he looks like. He hates what he wears. He doesn't even consider him, a human being. He considers him an it from another planet because that's what he is. Like, he is a hater on Superman, and he is also very, very menacing in the way that he is towards, people. Anybody that supports Superman, you're dead. I mean, he doesn't care about you. He could care less about you. As a matter of fact, I don't think he cares about anybody but himself and what can benefit him. I mean, there's things that he does in this movie where you're like, you can take it as childish, but it's just, that's how much hate he has towards Superman that is making him act and lash out like this. Now, he is very, very smart, but he can let his anger frustrate him to the point where he might not be so bright, or at least it can be viewed that way, because there are parts in this movie where Lex Luthor is just winning and Superman needs, he needs assistance from a fellow friend, a fellow, loyal companion, if you catch my drift, Crypto the Superdog. And that's something that isn't taken into account by Lex Luthor because he's so laser focused on Superman. But again, I think Nicholas Hoult did a fantastic job portraying Lex Luthor. Very menacing, does things just because he wants to do it, walks with a lot of confidence, talks with a lot of confidence. He believes he himself is that guy. He believes he is superior to everything and anything, and the way that Nicholas Hoult is able to portray that, he does it effortlessly. There's so much that I want to talk about in this movie. I want to get into spoilers, but I think I need a lot more time to think. I mean, even if I wanted to right now, on all this rambling that I'm doing, I can go ahead and spoil the entire movie because I just want to talk about it. I just want to talk about it so much because I loved it. I loved it so much. One thing that I heard and one thing that I did feel is that you come out of this movie and you feel hopeful. This is a movie that brings you hopefulness. This is a movie that I haven't felt in a long time. Teaches you lessons, teaches you things about yourself, wanting you to be a better person. The last time I ever felt that from any movie is from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. In all of those movies, in part 1, part 2, part 3, you come out, feeling that it hits you in the heart, not only because it's such relatable characters and you can relate to things going on that are happening in the film, but the actions that these characters take, the reasons behind it, makes you come out wanting to be a better person, wanting to do better, not only for yourself, but for others. This Superman movie that James Gunn directed brought that feeling that I hadn't felt ever since those Spider-Man films. Those Spider-Man films specifically. And those are the Spider-Man films that made the reason why Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. And that being said, from what this film brought and from what this film made me feel, and guys, again, this is my own opinion. You might come out of this movie absolutely hating it, but I loved it. I felt hopeful. I felt love. I felt, coming out of it wanting to do better, thinking about how I can just do things better in general. And with all that being said, Christopher Reeves is the pinnacle of what Superman is and how Superman is to be portrayed. This guy, David Cornsweet, what he brought to the table, he does a fantastic job portraying Superman. When you see him, when you hear him talk, when he's saving people, not only saving people, he's saving animals, because he just has this care for all of humanity and all of its creation. He just has so much care for this world, the way that he sees people and the looks he gives them, the smiles he gives after saving them, what he says to them, how he cares for them. This is Superman wrapped up in this big, beautiful red cape blanket. This is him. This is Superman. He did a fantastic job in this role. I can't see any other person portraying the character like he did. He is up there, in my opinion, with Reeves as what I can potentially see going down as one of the greatest Superman in all time. This guy is it. He is it. And I want to see more already. I want to see more of his Superman either coming out in, some of the James Gunn shows that he's working on HBO Max, any of the miniseries. I want to see him in other movies, you know, even if he's just flying by, little cameos, anything. I want more of this Superman. I want more of this world. I want more of what James Gunn is creating with his DC universe, and I'm so excited to see what he's going to come out with next. All of that being said, if I was going to rate this on a scale from 1 to 10, and again, guys, help me come up with a unique rating score. There's people out there that have very unique rating scores. I don't want to do a basic 1 to 10, but for this one, I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10 because I don't believe any movie out there is perfect. I will only give it a 10 if it is close to like what I consider to be like, this is a great, fantastic, perfection movie. Superman, this one, I thought long and hard about it because after the joy and everything I felt coming out of it, I was at 10, I was at 9.5. But I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 9. It does have some of its issues. The people who aren't familiar with the way that James Gunn does movies, there is comedy in here. Some people don't like comedy. Sometimes it doesn't hit them the way that it's supposed to. Sometimes they feel like it's distracting from certain scenes that carry a lot of emotion. I didn't feel any of that coming in here. I thought everything, landed perfectly, but again, I'm viewing it with other people and I can see their reactions too, and it's not hitting in the same way that it's hitting me. So with that, all that being said, this movie, I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10 for this adaptation of Superman. James Gunn is doing a great job. I feel confident that he's gonna continue making, hopefully continue making great movies. Up next is the Supergirl movie, which has just finished wrapping. And I mean, not really a spoiler, guys. She does make an appearance in the film, very brief, but it gives you a look at what her character is going to be like. She's a teen. She is a teen. She doesn't have those characteristics or attributes that Wonder Woman has. So when you see her character, that's what you're going to get. And it's very brief. It is very brief. I love Crypto, that little super dog, the goodest bad boy. He was great. I loved him. A lot of people also had issues with the dog, saying that that's not how dogs act. That's not, the dog would know if you're hurt, any of all this stuff. It's like, no, dogs are dogs. All dogs are different. This is an alien dog thinking he's a regular dog, but he has superpowers, doesn't understand his strength. With my dog, with my Rocco, he was a Doberman. He was a very big boy, but he still believed he was the size of a puppy. So everything that he would do it with all of his force, thinking that it's not going to be too much on us. But he's a big dog. He was a big dog, so I can see that likeness with Crypto, and understanding also that yes, he is the goodest bad dog, because even though he's doing his own thing, he's still going to be there for you. He's still going to be loyal to you at the end of the day. And even with that dog, it got me emotional because I'm an animal lover. I lost my dog. I lost Rocco. I recently lost my little boy, my cat, Saki. So seeing that dog and seeing how Superman cares for him and seeing how the dog cares for Superman, that in itself also, hits you in the heart if you're an animal lover, if you're a pet owner. They're not pets, they're part of the family, and Crypto to Superman, caring for him like that, he's part of the family. Now enough of my rambling, because I can go on talking about this movie for such a long time. I already gave it my rating, solid 9 out of 10. I recommend that everybody goes to watch this movie. If you're on the fence, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Don't just let this movie, go in the back burner or wait for it to go on streaming. Give it a shot, guys. Form your own opinions on this film. To me, it's a breath of fresh air from everything that we've been getting. It's just pure hope and joy and fun. It's very fantastical, very whimsical. This world that is being set up, anything is possible in this world. So yes, I do recommend watching it in theaters. I want to go watch it again. I might even watch it again with my brother, who is the biggest Superman fan out there. And definitely this is going to be a movie that I would be adding to my collection of movies. I loved it so much. Yeah, I want more. Well, I went ahead and did this review trying my best not to spoil anything. There may have been minor things that I have said. It doesn't give away the entire movie, guys. If you enjoyed this movie review, please leave a like down below. If you've seen this movie, comment down below what your thoughts were about Superman and James Gunn's take on this character and what you think about this world that he's building up. I'm so glad to be doing a movie review on this movie. I just felt the need to get my opinion out there, my review out there. I hope you all enjoyed it. With all of that being said, everybody, I will catch you all in the next video. Later!